Hi, my name's Justin Latimer. It's been a while since my last video, but I'm going to bring you one now. This time I'm playing as Parthia, and my opponent, Pops, is playing as the Carthaginians. Pops is a very good player, and I've played him before on numerous occasions. And I have not been able to beat Pops yet. He's a really skilled opponent. He's also a watcher on this channel. And I told him I was definitely going to make sure to get a video with him in it, and here we are, getting around to it now. So playing as the Parthians, I'm going to be relying on a very cavalry-heavy strategy. I have 2 units of Persian cavalry. They have some experience upgrades on them, attack upgrades, gold attack. And I've also brought quite a few units of these hillmen. 4 units of hillmen, and 2 units of Eastern infantry. And they have some defensive upgrades and some attack upgrades. I've also brought archers with gold attack upgrades. 4 units of them. 2 units of cataphracts with some attack upgrades, and my general's bodyguard, which is also incorporated with these cataphracts. Now my opponent Pops, he has brought a small Carthaginian army, or at least that's what it appears to be. And here we have 4 units of Sacred Band infantry. They are backed up by 3 units of Poeni infantry, and his general, not his general, a unit of Sacred Band cavalry. His general is actually in this unit right here, of the Carthaginian Sacred Band. So Pops is here with his Hannibal Barca. And knowing Pops, he's probably doing something pretty clever. Because I've played him before, I know a little bit of what to expect. So I was expecting to find some troops hidden in the forest over here. Pops has marched a unit of Poeni infantry close to my army. I'd marched my Persian cavalry out to harass his army. So since he's moved this unit forward, I'm just going to go ahead and pelt it. My archers are also able to fire. I know what he's doing right now. What he's doing is he's trying to make me waste some of my missiles. The thing is I'm perfectly content to do that, because this is the infantry unit that is better than a lot of the infantry units I could field. So I'm just going to go ahead and bury it in this Persian storm of arrows. You can see I'm taking down units pretty quick, but this is just one unit that's isolated. The superior armor of the Carthaginian Sacred Band, they might be able to withstand such fire longer. But Pops isn't going to push them out into that kind of a situation. In the distance there, you might be able to see a Roman banner, House of Scipii. That is Zasimachos. He asked if he could watch the battle as an observer. Both me and Pops were perfectly content with that. I had played Zasimachos just a bit before. He is a very good player. He belongs to the Greek clan. Really cool guy. Pops is as well. Both of these guys are watchers on my channel. You can see more Poeni infantry coming up close to me. Pops is redeploying. This unit of Poeni infantry is getting deep into my lines. So I'm going to have these units of hillmen that happen to be nearby attack it. And they actually end up routing this unit of Poeni infantry. He still has quite a few infantry though. He's moving to deploy. I'm going to move to try to outflank him. But I know I have to be careful of this forest here, so I'm going to keep marching past it. Look what we have here. Pops had hidden a unit of Sacred Band cavalry. He's also intercepting with this unit of Poeni infantry, which will come down here to help against my counter ambush. You can see here that my cataphracts are doing quite a bit of damage against his cavalry, but Pops' infantry have done a great number on my infantry. My Persian cavalry around the back are shooting at some of the enemy Carthaginians. I'm going to have them come over to this cavalry engagement because they are much better served here than fighting against the enemy infantry. Fighting against the enemy infantry would be a good way to get them killed. I am actually going to fight a unit of Poeni infantry head on here. Not a very smart idea to do if you're cavalry. But I don't really have much of a choice at this point. And they're going to be able to be backed up by the Persian cavalry. Some of my infantry has actually reformed. It's not going to hold up against Pops' superior infantry, though. Popses, that sounds funny. So this unit of Poeni infantry is pretty much ruined now. My cataphracts have done quite a bit of damage, and my Persian cavalry are going to support by attacking the enemy's rear. I'm using flame arrows now because I'm trying to hurt the enemy morale. Pops is rushing his army up. You can see more of my infantry routing. My archers are still holding up, but they won't do that for long. Pops is charging with his Sacred Band, and a slaughter ensues. I have cavalry coming around the back. I'm going to order a general charge and have everybody hit the back. Pops counters this pretty well and turns around to face me. And there goes my general.
The Polish general has got himself killed. How will your soldiers greet this news?
My archers actually hit the flank here, but being archers, they're not going to hold up very long. Here, my unit of Persian cavalry is engaged against the Poeni infantry. They actually managed to rout this unit of Poeni infantry. I believe they've run out of arrows by this point. So I'm pretty much done now. This is my last unit. Pops has quite a few infantry left. And here we go. This is my final charge. Onwards to glory and honor, the charge of the Light Brigade. What happened to the Light Brigade anyways? Oh, that's right. Russian guns and cannon shoot it up.
Army has broken and your men are running from the battle. Rally them or the day is lost.
And so we've got kind of a typical Greek and Romans and Persian situation going on here. I brought a huge army. I fought against a smaller, more elite army. And as you can see, sometimes numbers don't always confer victory. So that's a defeat. I deployed 1,121 men against Pops' 676. I killed 393 men, and Pops killed 745. I have 324 men remaining, and Pops has 342 remaining. Casualties inflicted, my armored Eastern general took down 28, cataphracts 43 and 50. One of my units of hillmen managed to take down a unit. One of them took down 6 archers, 31, 35, 37, and 70. Persian cavalry 75 and 73, and my Eastern infantry 2 and 2. So, the things that performed the best for me were my cavalry and also my ranged cavalry. My ranged cavalry did very well in this battle, and my archers did pretty good as well. The glaring hole in the Parthian army is, of course, the lackluster infantry. And that's why you don't try to engage in infantry battles as the Parthians. The Parthians need to bleed the enemy dry with missiles and skirmishing and eventually win by having more units alive. My opponent, Pops, I'm sure he knows this. He had brought a small elite army which had better infantry than me. He also has good cavalry in the form of his Sacred Band cavalry. You can see some of that still here, so he has more cavalry at the end of the battle than I do. So Pops has used his infantry and his cavalry really well in this battle. When I came forward to face his army and just shoot missiles at them, I was pretty much just wasting missiles, and that worked out pretty well. When he did decide to engage, though, even if I had still had those missiles, it probably wouldn't have helped much. What I could have done is I could have been more tentative about my advance. I could have waited longer, been more patient. Because when he came forward, there wasn't really much I could do other than actually pull back. Good game to my opponent, Pops. He's a really good player. He's a good guy, too. Congratulations on your victory, Pops. And Zasimachos as well. He was just an observer here, but he's a watcher on my channel. I hope you enjoy this. I will have more videos for you soon.